All right, September 27th. Let's take a look at another stock. NX, Quanex Corp. This is an interesting stock. It's been going down for a long time. February, you're up near 38. Big wash down 26, bounces to 34. Big trend line high, low. And then you have April, it starts to grind up from 15, you get a 22. And then you have this big move down here from 23 to 1380. What happened with this? It got crushed. The short here on my algo system, 828 is right here. Changes to red. All right, so that's 828. You come down, little move here. It's nothing. It gets even worse news. 18, 15, you're at 1380, maybe a bottom here. 36% on this move right now. Let's look at the weekly. You see this back and forth, just getting crushed. Hasn't crossed over yet. It's at a 226, very low. Monthly it did cross over, but it looks like it's crossing back down. That's bad. Quarterly, you're at a 666. One of the deepest moves since 2009 on this. This is very bad. This has been getting smoked. So this looks very bad. Yearly, this has been around since 1984, at least on this chart. This was at 1. It did get a 55, and then it crashed during financial crisis and didn't really recover. Got to this low of 5 and then went to a high of 39 all them years. Imagine holding that. It's not really a good game. You crossed over back again. We're going to come to 10, maybe this trend line, 8, 9 possible. So this is a horrible stock, but not looking at that. I'm looking at, can we get a bounce up here? Even the 18, that would be a good game. Let's take a look at it. So it was a good short. NX Quanex Building Products Corp, 633 million. Enterprise value is 1.4 billion. Has a minus 284 million income. Sales 1.48 billion. Insiders own 1%. Institutions at 100%. Why would they own this 100%? I'm not sure why. Look at the returns. 37, minus 37, 3-year minus 30, 5-year minus 21. 10 years you held this, you'd be at minus 28%. One of the worst holds ever in the market. You'd never hold something like this. That's why you go to ETFs, you go to Apple, Nvidia, big tech, and long-lasting stocks that are moving up. Even if it's a slow growth, but it doesn't matter. You never hold this. All right, so what's the deal with this? It builds, engages, manufacture components of building, industrial products, kitchen, bath cabinets, European fenestration, vinyl, glass business, cabinet and door components. Now, the other thing, didn't Trump put on tariffs with wood cabinets and all that? I'm not sure. Maybe this is part of the reason, went down even further, if it's all connected. So they've been around since 1927. That's incredible. But how are you around that long and this returns nothing? It's horrible if you own the stock. That makes no sense. I don't know what's going on here. So, all right, let's take a look. So, Quanex Building Products Corporation sued for securities law violations. Let's take a look what happened here. Guess that's the reason, big drop. All right, according to the complaint, the company made false and misleading statements to the market. Quanex failed to properly maintain the equipment and tooling at its Timon, Mexico facility based on extremely poor condition of its equipment. The company would be forced to undertake expensive repairs to achieve the integration benefits it had previously claimed. Based on the facts, Quanex public statements were false and material misleading throughout the class period. So equipment is junk and didn't maintain it. Got it. So, see, looking further here, when did that drop happen? 828. Quanex Building announces release. That was the 21st. Then it was up here. Then you have earnings to watch for September 4th. Expectations, but stock drops 14%. Acquisition, integration, operational setback, shape, outlook. All right, so they had that lawsuit here. They did upgrade September 4th too to market outperform. Yeah, this is a dog longer term. Look at the monthly. This doesn't make money. I mean, for the stock market, I mean, since 2009, it's flat. This is what you don't want ever investing. You don't want nothing sideways. Imagine all these years you invested in the SPY and it's up here. You never do anything like this. That's why I invest in SPY, ETFs. And look at this. Then it dropped again. Then it bounced 2020, a little move, and now you're back again. This is purely a trade. Never own this. And this is just me speaking my financial, I'm not a financial money manager or whatever. It's just my personal thoughts. Look at all the negative monthly performance. Yeah, right. Garbage, absolutely garbage. I'm surprised this wasn't taken out years ago by some bigger market cap. Very odd. All right, so anyway, they have a lawsuit, law violation. Let's just reading here. On watch for a bounce. Yeah, you're looking for a bounce here. Small position, cheap. All right, so that's it on this. So this has a lawsuit, faulty products they're claiming. Got crushed in the short right here. Great short call by the algo. You run up, run up, run up. Look where you're at. Let me see the weekly on this. Yep, see again, you're like running from February, March, April, all the way to look what happened right there, 829. 829. See this? See, if you're shorting here, you might get a little short. Then look what happened. This wasn't the full move. This was the full height of the move on the weekly. Look how high you were. Overbought all that run, and then you came back. So that's why you can short in between these little moves, but this made more sense. You look at the algo, look at your weekly and daily. I don't necessarily look at the monthly. I'm playing short term, sometimes, but it's really the weekly, daily. And look at this. You go down 1380, see the 4-hour. You're rippling here, low, slightly higher, slightly higher. It's starting to make that wave up as this move might be ending. We'll see. Right now you have 1318 would be your support, as you have a line here, line here. Let's see if it makes this move up now. Did it say when that would be, that lawsuit? Let me see. Deadline November 18th, class period December 12th. So it's not going to be anytime soon, right away. All right, so that's it. So NX, garbage stock, garbage for 2009 to now it's done nothing. While other stocks ETFs have ran thousands of percent. This is purely a trade, short or long. If you want to trade it, these little moves, that's fine. But it is a dog, pal. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Himon Trades on YouTube. Smash the like button. That is it. We are out. Peace.